pick up that and let's celebrate that, yeah? Okay, we're going to go into meditation. We're going to do something a little bit different today because Nadine is here. She does a sacred stone meditation, right? That's what it's called. And by the way, what does all that mean when you sing all those words? Give me a synopsis of what that means, what you're singing. Hang on, let me get you a microphone because I think it's really important that people hear that. So as she sings this chant or this mantra, I don't know, what would you call it?
It's a chant, a mantra chant. It's in Sanskrit and Latin. It's an invocation of Christ consciousness, our higher self. So it's a call to prayer. It's a moment for us to surrender everything and be in alignment with our highest self, as well as the marriage of the masculine and feminine energy within us.
Love it. And it's beautiful. Take that microphone with you. So you're going to love this meditation that she's going to do with us. So I'm going to open it up like I normally do with the I surrender, and then our practitioner will come out and do the opening prayer. And then after that, Nadine's going to come up and she's going to sing this song, and we're going to go into a pretty significant meditation. The song goes on for a little bit, and then after that, we're going to have our silence. And then right after that, we'll just come out and I'll start the program, the Sunday service, okay? So it's a little bit different today. I think you're going to like it. Yeah, you're going to love it, actually. You're not going to like it, you're going to love it. So, all right, let's close our eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Really deep breath in. Hold it. Exhale. Perfect timing. Make sure your cell phone's off. That'd be really lovely. Everybody double check that because in the middle of this meditation, you're not going to want to do that. So yeah, check those. Many times in our life, we just need to surrender. And that doesn't mean just throw our hands up and say, okay, God, it's yours. It's saying, okay, God, I'm ready to give this up to us, the creative energy within me and you as the ultimate creative energy. I'm done hanging on to it. I'm done grabbing onto it. It's time for me to surrender that and know that there's something greater, something higher I'm going to co-create my solution, my demonstration around. But first, I have to make the space, and that's what we're going to do now, is make the space for you to demonstrate that consciousness, that love, and that energy that Nadine spoke so beautifully of, and she'll sing it for us in a few moments. So take another deep breath in. All to Spirit I surrender. All to Thee I freely give. I will always love and trust You, and in Your presence daily live. All to Spirit I surrender. All that's good is wholly mine. In Your presence, in this oneness, through You I am power divine. And I surrender all. I surrender all. All to Thee, my blessed Spirit, I surrender all.
So in this moment of surrender, we are gathered here in this wonderful sanctuary. And right here and right now, I know there is a power that makes everything possible. This power is everywhere present. It is in everything and in everyone. This power knows all, because it is all knowledge. This spirit is the spirit that I call God. and God is all there is. I am created in the image and likeness of God. So I have all knowledge available to me. So everything and anything is possible in my life. All my beliefs, all my attitudes are all guided by universal principle. I feel a closeness to spirit. I know I am in the Spirit. I have the power. I am one with God. I am Spirit in expression. All that I do is guided. I have knowledge available to me. My life is perfect. I feel a closeness, real closeness to Spirit, which is always guiding me, constantly guiding me to my highest and best self. So my gratitude is overflowing. I know that my self-expression, my self-realization is growing. It's growing deeper, it's growing higher. And I'm so grateful that this is the truth. I give thanks for this, it's so. And so it's with great joy, confidence, and expectation that I release my word to the law, knowing that indeed it is so. And you may join me in saying, and so it is. Amen.
Shantakaram Bhujagashayana Padmanabham Suresha Shantakaram Bhujagashayana Padmanabham Suresha Vishwadaram Gagana Sadrasha Shantakaram Bhujagashayana Padmanabham Suresha Amen. Dominus illuminatio me. Amen. Dominus illuminatio me. Amen. Dominus illuminatio me. Amen. Vishnu, 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 Vishnu. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadaram Gaganasadrasham Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Amen. Hallelujah.
So let's slowly open our eyes. Take a couple deep breaths in. Take another deep breath in. Let's bring the lights up. What'd you think? Isn't that amazing? That meditation's on your CD, right? Yeah, it's on her CD, and it's worth the price of admission right there to get that. Walked me through many a thing. All right, so, okay, here we go. Stay awake. Everybody stand up. Stand up, just shake it up a little bit. All right, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Okay, good. All right, good. So in the month of March, you know, Ruth Ann is teaching From Whence We Came, which teaches the roots of our teaching. I want to teach about where your roots are. And it's not about your family genetics. It's not about your family tree. It's about where your spiritual roots are. And so you are rooted in the divine, which means that life always goes from the invisible to the visible. Belief is the vehicle, and faith is the road that creates our life. So I want us to know that you are rooted in this great spiritual soil. Someone asked me, she said, how come I think of spiritual soil just as dirt? And I'm like, ooh, good question. But imagine, if you will, that if you wanted to plant some seeds and you went to back in Michigan where I lived, there was this hardware, and the hardware store had like all these seeds on a wall, right? And the guy would tell you, okay, this is the kind of soil you would need to plant these seeds. So imagine, if you will, that this infinite has this one-size-fits-all soil. And everything can go into it, and it can manifest all the things of your dreams. You don't have to go in and get a special fertilizer for it because you're already in it. You were born in it. Your roots of your life are already in that soil. It's where you came from. It's where you're going. The tree that you are expressing has already been rooted there. There isn't a place to go find God to create the soil to go into. You're already it. It's not like I'm searching for spirit or searching for a deeper meaning. I'm actually just trying to reestablish where my roots are, know where they are, to recognize the truth of where they've always been. Now, I may have ignored the truth, but the truth is I'm always rooted in spirit. So my talk today is your highest and best is your personal self. I'm going to talk about your personal tree today. We're going to talk about how we can change the world later, but first of all, we have to change ourselves first. We have to have an understanding of how we're rooted in this thing called the universe. Does that make sense? All right, here's your affirmation. Let's go together. Today, I believe in the highest and best of all humanity, including myself, and I act from that belief. Do it one more time. Today, I believe in the highest and best of all humanity. Stop. Do you believe in the highest and best of all humanity, or do you think some people are just nuts? That are just out of their mind and crazy? Do you have a list of those people? Yes. They're trees too. Their trees are planted in the same soil that your tree is. You might think you are farms away. But we're all in the same soil. So when you say this affirmation and you say, I believe in the highest and best of all humanity, you're not allowed to kick out some trees. Damn. Can they be rushed away in a flood? I don't know. But that's the truth. The truth is, even the people that tick us off have their roots planted in a spiritual soil. Now, how they grow and manifest is how they've planted the seeds around them that are going to create things in their life, how their tree is going to unfold. But the reality is they're just as planted as you are. Let that soak in for a while. Because that means if you say to yourself, I act on that belief that all of us are in the highest and best good for humanity, then you have to know that whatever is happening in your world, in the world around us, is for a highest and best good. It's for that tree to continue to manifest and to blossom. Does that make sense? Whatever God you believe in, provided you believe this God is already in you, must respond to you at the level of your belief. This is why it is done unto you as we believe. The principle is infallible. The practice is what we make of it. So in other words, let me unpack that for you. The God that you believe in, okay, the God that I believe in is probably not the God that Laura or Nadine or anybody else believes in. Why? Because the universe is personalized to me. That God presence is personalized through my life, through my experience, through my past. I look at it and say, you know, I have a different relationship than anyone else would have a relationship with Spirit. No two are going to be the same. Because of that, it responds at the level of my belief. We know people, at times in my life I've said, oh my God, where are you? Anybody? Oh my God, where are you? Why hast thou forsaken me? Right? And I have to remember for myself, I have to remember that, you know what? That's my belief system, that somehow I could be kicked off the tree. I am the tree. Thank you. At least you're more awake than the first service. They were in a coma. I love them dearly, but oh my God, at the end of that, even another minister said, you worked hard for that. You worked really hard for that. The principle is infallible. That's the way it is. Nadine just said, and that's the way it is. You have to believe that. We have to. I shouldn't say have to. If you choose to believe that, then all the stuff that's going on in your world will make sense. If it doesn't make sense, it's because your belief isn't rooted in that's the way this works. The God within you creates every circumstance and situation you've ever experienced. The tree that you are is the tree that it is because of everything that you've experienced through the soil in which you were born. Through the way you took care of that tree, through your belief in the root system and the structure. It's brought about every life experience. They have always been the fruition of your thought, and your thought has been dominated by your belief in God ever since you've had self-conscious life. So once we moved into that state where we're no longer just relying on other people for our good, once you began a spiritual journey, your self-conscious life, not your autopilot life, not the life that somebody may have given you through church doctrine or dogma telling you what to believe, but when you started actually making decisions for yourself on how you were going to expand your own spiritual journey, that's when this began. And that's when you see how you are the manifestation of your thoughts. And some of you will say, but I didn't pray for this. You may not have prayed for it, but did you believe it was happening? Did you believe in the back of your mind that, well, that might happen? Because if you had a belief that it might happen, it will happen. Just remember, all the contingency plans that you make are nothing more than telling Spirit you're planning on something to fail. Really? Think about it. All the contingency plans that you make are telling the universe, I'm expecting the one I really want to fail. Kind of scary, huh? But if you walked in the belief that you didn't have to have a contingency plan, that if you needed one, someday you'll come up with one. But right now, I don't need one. Right now, I don't need one. Why? Because I believe that that's the way this is. That's the way this works. But remember, for those people who have all those contingencies out there, you're sending a signal that it's not going to happen. Since the mind within you is the mind of God, and since the mind of God has been in all people, it follows that the intelligence within you understands what the great of the earth have been talking about. Let me unpack that. Since the mind within you is the mind of God, do you believe that the mind of God is your mind? Okay? The God mind is within me. The God mind is in all people. Therefore, I have the ability to share the wisdom of all people through that mind of God. Because I'm one with the mind of all, the God of all things. Deep concept. What it's saying is that we are spiritually connected to everything. We have a spiritual connection to everything, and all possibility is available to us because we have this connection. The mind of God is my mind. Say that. The mind of God is my mind. What I need to know, I'll know at the moment I need to know it. Because mine is the mind of God. Yeah. Take that. Take that and stop living out of the mystery and start living in faith. Take it out of the contingency of what happens if God answers my prayer, and know that God is answering the prayer. Take it out of the realm of doubt and put it into the pillar of faith. Does that make sense? Yes. Together, please. Today I believe in the highest and best of all humanity, including myself, and I act from that belief. You already have within you an understanding, a comprehending mind. The mind of God has no problems, no difficulties, and is never confused. What? 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 The mind of God has no problems, no difficulty, and is never confused. Say that with me. The mind of God has no problems, no difficulties, and is never confused. Then why is mine? If mine is the mind of God, and God has no problems or difficulties, why have I allowed my mind to create a storyline that's different from the mind of God?
Because you're living in fear.
Absolutely. I'm fear-bound. Scared to death sometimes. Why? Because I forget who I am. I forget that I have this genetic or this spiritual connection, and am rooted in that spiritual soil at all times. You can't kick me out of that tree because I'm the tree. Yes. Are you with me? Yes. When you know that the mind within you is God and cannot be confused, then your intellect becomes clarified. So we start moving now. If I have that wisdom that God can't be confused, then I can't be confused. There's something within me that knows the answer. I may not know the answer at this moment. If you called me and said, Joe, what is the answer? I'll say, I may not know at the moment, but something within you has that answer now. Why? Because you're rooted in the very thing that creates all things. You're not hanging on to the tree. You are the tree. Some of you may think you're hanging on by the skinny branch. No, you're the tree. And the tree is in the soil, and the soil has all the answers. You just have to learn to trust the soil and the strength of your tree. You guys are good. There is nothing happening outside of us. Whatever happens on the outside is an outer manifestation of what we perceive, what word? Perceive on the inside. Therefore, what's left is a perception issue. How I perceive my life is what gives rise to the quality of my life. There are some people that would love your problems. There are some people that would love to have the champagne problems you have. Yeah? Some people would trade their problems in a heartbeat for your problems, but your perception of your problem is that it's the worst. Oh my God. It's terrible. That's a perception issue, isn't it? So in other words, separation is a perception. Separation from the tree is a perception. Separation from source is a perception. It really can't happen spiritually, but it just happens. Sorry. I know, I got to change my mic. Next time. Since the mind of God within me has not only created everything that ever was, God has created everything that shall ever going to be. I am already able to project new ideas, new thoughts, new inventions. I can be made new again just because I decide. And I can decide and redecide at any time. That decide and redecide is a really important aspect. I can decide at any time how I want these things to unfold. You know what? Just because I can. And I can redecide. The redecide part's really important. Because if you're feeling stuck, you have to redecide. Because you made a decision that got you where you are, now I have to move to reconsider. You already made the decision to get where you are. You're the manifestation of what you are already. So now I have to redecide. No big deal. Really, you're still the tree. You're not uprooting your tree. The tree's still rooted. You're just actually digging different roots. Does that make sense? Yes. Together, please. Today I believe in the highest and best of all humanity, including myself, and I act from that belief. Being rooted in the divine means that we claim our birthright of creativity. The Spirit of God is already within us. Because of this, we are able to live the life of our dreams. Being rooted in the divine. This month of March is about being rooted in the divine. I want you to think of yourself as being rooted into the divine nature of God in all things. That doesn't mean your life is going to be perfect, because you're going to make decisions that sometimes are less than perfect. Don't hit the person next to you saying that's you. You're going to make decisions that sometimes you're going to have to redecide to make another decision. Big deal. You're human. All my exes gave me some wisdom. Ba-dum-bump. I redecided about how my life is supposed to be. I don't have to be in that situation anymore. The thing is, when you know that your tree is rooted, then you could weather any storm around it, because the root system is long and deep. Don't think that there's going to be a storm that's going to uproot your whole tree. It's not spiritually possible. It can never be uprooted. Make sense? Claim your birthright. Clear up any perception standing in the way of living the life of your dreams, and let yourself experience life. Clear up your perception issues. If life is perception, then I need to start perceiving myself as whatever is happening for the highest and best good, for the growth of that tree. And I have to make decisions that allow myself to experience that growth in a way that I don't stunt the growth or resent the growth, but rather embrace the growth and allow it to be part of the process by which this tree gets stronger and deeper and mightier. Does that make sense? Sorry. How many cares will you release if you decided not to be something, but to be someone? Let me rephrase that. How many things, if I released trying to do something and I just became that someone, how would that feel? We can spend our life trying to fix and create things, but those things always need to be repaired and replaced. Now we need to fix you. And you need to become the someone. As soon as you become the someone, those things will change. You won't have to change them because you did the change. Stop trying to change the effect of things and start changing the cause. You are the cause to your effects. If that's the truth, if that's the way it is, then I need to walk in greater faith and know that this too is passing and is changing, and I don't need to worry about the thing. I need to worry about staying in that spiritual self. That will take care of itself when I know who I am. It's when I forget who I am and I have no clue, or I just forget to remember. When I forget who I am, then of course it's going to be challenging to fix these things, because all I'm going to do is run from fire to fire to fire to fire to fire, thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. If all you're doing is running from things to things to things, I have a diagnosis for you. It's not the things, it's you. Climb back, not on the tree, but get back into your tree space. At the core of it. It's not what's happening on the outside of the branches. It's you. You and me. I don't care what the circumstances are. The only thing that's going to change that's going to be you and going to be me. It's not going to be changing the circumstance. That's going to happen when I change this. When I recognize that I'm rooted in that divine. Does that make sense? Yes. Together, please. Today I believe in the highest and best of all humanity, including myself, and I act from that belief. That's the last slide, right? All right, so this morning, while the band was rehearsing, I heard somebody singing in here. And I'm like, okay, who is this? And it wasn't Nadine. She was the guest artist. But there was a guy singing. And it's our sound guy, Barry Bond. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, you are so singing that song today. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah. So I want you to welcome the sound guy, Barry. Barry, come on up. All right, man. And this song is about this lesson. He didn't even know it, right? But you wait and hear the words to this song, because it is all about this lesson. All right? So let's give it up for Barry and the band, the backup singers. They're going to do it again for us.
Thank you. From the great songwriter, Mr. John Hyatt. When the road gets dark and you can no longer see, let my love throw a spark and have a little faith in me. And when the tears you cry, just give these loving arms a try and have a little faith in me. 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 And when your secret heart cannot speak so easily, from a whispered star, have a little faith in me. And when your back's against the wall, just turn around and you will see. I will catch you when you fall, baby. Have a little faith in me. 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 I've been loving you for so long, baby, expecting nothing in return except for you to have a little faith in me. You see, time is our friend, and for us there is no end if you have a little faith in me. 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 Thank you.
Let's hear for Barry Bond, man.
Thank thank you, Dr. Joe, for having faith in me.
Wow, man. Rock on, dude. Amazing. Good job. The strangest things happen when you walk in on rehearsals, right? I mean, look at that. That was phenomenal, Barry. And let's hear it for the band and coming together and doing all that.
And if you've ever been to Shanghai Reds on Friday and Saturday, you've heard that wonderful voice of Barry Baum and our wonderful Bob Gross there. So, and we've got the best fish tacos, so I'm just putting in a plug if you ever want to go on a Friday night and Saturday.
So yeah, we have a lot of things. Nadine has her beautiful CDs. Of course, Austin Ray has his show every Monday and Tuesday at Oscars because he performs for us. Barry and Bob. Bobby, where do you perform?
Right now I'm just doing
private parties. Scott, you just teach like madman at COD. In the Heights, McCallum and May. Jay, where do you perform? Purple Room. Purple Room all the time. Jerry Lynn, where are you performing?
I'm at the Vintage where you can't come.
Okay, good. Well, maybe some of you can, and we're going to talk about your donation later. Trey's an airline captain. Gina, you do backup for us, right?
Shower.
The Shower. And
Sorted Lives, last weekend of April.
Sorted Lives. See, we have a talented staff up here. Let's give it for the band.
I mean, seriously, where else in this valley can you go at 11 o'clock in the morning and get spiritually fed like this and have this amazing, amazing music? Any time of the day, let alone 11 on Sundays.
Have a little faith, folks. In fact, I would say have a lot. It so ends your lesson. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Joe.
See you Wednesday, 6:30.
Yes, Wednesday 6:30. And wow. All right, so right now this is a very sacred time. I know it feels kind of woo, but this is a sacred time of our service. And so I call our ushers to come forward, please. And so as we recognize just how truly blessed we are, we give back into the universe that which we receive. And so those of you that are live streaming, there's a button there for you to hit donate, or you can also text your offering. And so as we get our offering, this is more than just putting some money in the basket. I want you to really feel this, feel the gratitude for your life and for who you are and for what you have to share. So let's say our offertory prayer together, please. I give my offering with gratitude as I recognize the demonstration of Spirit's generosity in all areas of my life.
With a grateful heart, I behold your goodness. With a grateful heart, I receive my good. Let us celebrate what the Lord hath made. My abundance starts with a grateful heart. Hallelujah, 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 a grateful heart. Hallelujah, 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 a grateful heart. With a faithful heart, I declare my blessing. With a faithful heart, I'm forever blessed. If I just believe, then I shall receive. My abundance starts with a faithful heart. Hallelujah, 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 a faithful heart. Hallelujah, 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 a faithful heart. With a giving heart, I'm a demonstration. With a giving heart, I am living proof. All that I provide will be
right, so let's just hold up our hands. Let's just bless this offering together. This collective offering is spirit in action. As it circulates into the universe, it touches and blesses many lives, including my own. Thank you, Kathy. So at this time, we'd like to welcome our visitors. So if you are here for the first time, please don't be bashful. Stand up. We have a gift for you, and we'd love to welcome you. Anybody here for the first time? All right, welcome, welcome. All right. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming, and make sure you... And so what we've given you is a CD holder with information about who we are. Please stop by the foyer table and pick up a CD with Dr. Joe's talks on them. And we welcome you. Please come back. Make this your spiritual home. Or if you're visiting, enjoy our fabulous desert. And so, and then over in the Om room, we have our practitioners over there, and they're there if you have something that you're going through or something that you want to set an intention for, they will pray with you over in the Om room. Don't forget, those of you who have signed up, our congregational meeting and luncheon, we have things to vote on. It will be over at the Ivy Ranch over in their chow room over there. So we'll see you after the service. And don't forget, we have things, look at that, we're like double, triple teamed every day of the week except for Monday. Don't forget, Sunday we have our conscious conversations. That's at 12:30, and we also have our new membership class that Dale and I will be heading up. So anyway, and don't forget, do not go to Dale's class Wednesday because there will not be a class this Wednesday. So let's just do a closing prayer before we all head on out. So planted in that soil, knowing that that one mind is also our mind. And we get to choose every moment who we are and what it is we want to experience. We have that faith, which is our vehicle. We believe and we know that that which we desire is already ours. It is already known in the mind of God. We would not have that desire if it was not already ours. It is just up to us to claim it. So knowing that we are this power, this light in the universe, we just claim it. We own it. We know it, and we exhibit it in everything we say and do. We choose who we want to be. And knowing that each person here is that divine light, is that tree rooted in that earth. I just say thank you. Thank you for everyone who took that call to be here, to be part of this spiritual community. So grateful for the amazing music that we have here, for the incredible spirit that speaks by means of Dr. Joe, for all our volunteers and staff. We are truly, truly blessed, and so grateful for every person that walks through this door. We know who they are. They are that tree, that one mind. So I just let go and let God, and together we say, and so it is. Amen. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Don't forget, Wednesday, 6:30, Dr. Joe's class.